What's good, everybody? What's going on with you? Let me get King in here. King, what's good, man?
You in the building, baby. I'm ready, boy. I'm excited for this show. Cause we talking about money. And time my bank account looking like a little cell phone battery. So let's get it, dog. I need to learn how to get them gems, dog.
So what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is Look in the Mirror, the Conversation. I'm one of your co-hosts, Quay Price, and we have your other co-host, King Jaquil Martin. Say what's up to the people, man.
Hey, man, we out here, man, loving life, man. You know what I mean? Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We got an amazing show today. Mr. Quay Price, you know, he's gonna take us on a nice little journey on how to get this paper because honestly, we really wasn't really taught how to make money this way. You know what I mean? In our culture, you know what I mean? And so we want to expand on things and we want to touch things that might educate us or show us something differently. So we're glad that you guys are joining us for this show. And Mr. Quay Price, man, make sure you pay them bills because that's one of the first things we got to do is make sure we pay them bills. You know what I'm saying? To keep the show going. You feel me?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Now, shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to, I think that's Corinne.
Hey, Corinne, that's my PR. Hey, yo, she is amazing. She has her own publishing company. She Aspire. So if anybody needs a PR agent, make sure y'all guys check out Corinne's publishing company. She might tap in. She'll be able to market herself. If anybody just needs something, yo, I promise you, she's amazing.
Okay, good stuff. Good up. So shout out to Corinne for joining us. We appreciate you joining us on the show. Let's hit these sponsors real quick.
Hey, them bills, dog. We want to keep the lights on.
All right, look at work that time. All right. So, man, shout out to A War on Friendly Grounds, one of our sponsors. So this is our own King Jaquil Martin's novel right here, 5-star rated on Amazon. Definitely, you know, also the short film as well that's making its way around the world to all the film festivals. So definitely go check that out and support this brother. A War on Friendly Grounds.com. A War on Friendly Grounds with an S.com. And then shout out to our second sponsor. Oh, go ahead. You want to say something real quick, man?
I was going to say, I have my new movie that's about to come out. I shoot my new movie in April. It's called Twitter Fingers. It's a doozy. And it's about trolls online and online bullying because the internet cyberbullying is real. And we want to be able to talk about that and have an amazing discussion. So I am going to have a GoFundMe set up on Seed and Spark. I'll be setting up my GoFundMe on seedandspark.com. I would love you guys' support for this film, for Twitter Fingers. You know, we're in the midst of COVID, so COVID has made, you know, filming a little more difficult, but with everybody's support and help, you know, we'll be able to conquer that challenge. Go ahead, Quay.
For sure. And then shout out to our second sponsor, Two Sons Juice Co. So this is a cold pressed juice company based out of Metro Detroit. Like I said, all natural, all the good stuff, everything you can pronounce, no chemicals, no water cutting, none of that nonsense. So just straight pressed fruit in the bottle. So definitely go check them out and support it. twosonsjuiceco.com. That's the number 2 sonsjuiceco.com.
So you mean to tell me I can get some fresh juice with all the Indian ingredients that I can pronounce and it's straight from heaven, Wakanda? You know what I mean? You got all that natural good stuff, you know what I mean?
For sure, for sure. Man, like I said, nice and simple, man. Just good, wholesome product, man. And just, like I said, both Black-owned operations. So that's another big thing I want to point out. These are both Black-owned companies. So definitely go support. Being that we're in 2021 moving forward, we got to keep that at the forefront, you know, supporting Black-owned and making sure we build our brothers and sisters up in their ventures. So definitely go check them out and show some love.
Because this show is Black-owned. It's owned by Look in the Mirror Productions, our production company. So make sure you guys support that just as well. We have our Instagram page. Make sure you guys follow Quay Price on his Instagram page. You can follow me at King Jaquil Martin or Look in the Mirror Productions. We out here doing big things. We need y'all support because even the Bible tells you there's power in numbers.
Sure, definitely. So yeah, let's say shout out to everybody who's joining us today. So we wanted to do a show to kind of talk. You know what? Let me kick this off.
We're gonna kick it off because I know you about to drop a video. I know you about to drop a video.
I gotta show this. I gotta show this brother a little love. So hold on. Let me kick this off just so we can show my man a little love real quick.
And you got to give people roses while they're alive, man.
All right, for sure. So let me run this real quick.
Hey, we going. What a money resign. What a money resign. What a money resign. What a money resign. Okay, let me tell you, I'm doing something real big this month. Any deal that y'all got and they beating us, I'm gonna be about $400. Just give me your VIN and the paper because I'm asked what the what What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, I told y'all before, y'all know what I do. I give all these good deals and everything else. Y'all better ask about me because I do all that all the time. And that's on who? Man had a little lamb. Okay, 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 okay.
All right, all right. So, so, so I don't know this brother right here, but you know what? My man's message was on point. So, the title of tonight's show is "Where the Money Resides," and I think this is something that us in our community we got to tap into, right? So, a lot of us are just used to working these jobs, and as we see, yeah, will it provide some things, but it's not going to really get you where you want to be. It's not going to really take you where you need to go, and it's definitely not going to help you build generational wealth for your family. So like I said, we titled the show tonight, Where the Money Resides. I said, because we just want to talk about some things or some opportunities that can help you generate wealth and move your situation forward. Hold on a minute. We got a guest coming in right here, Los.
Yeah, and shout out to all the guests. If anybody want to join the show, make sure you tap into the link. This is my guy. This is Coach. I've known this young man since I lived in San Francisco. I moved to LA. He moved down to LA with me. Coach is now a director. His film, Wrong Call or Wrong Number, is blowing up, doing big things. He just got done winning Best Trailer for his next film. So I definitely want to give Coach roses while he's alive. He's an amazing person. I love you, brother. And I wish you nothing but success. Thank you for joining the show.
For sure. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, welcome, Coach. Welcome to the show, man. So yeah, let me get back into this. So, like I said, we're kind of trying to touch on some opportunities for our community to tap into a lot of these things, and I'm going to approach this from the perspective of a lot of these things we're just not aware of, right? So we hear some of these terms out here. We hear stock investing, we hear, foreign exchange or AKA Forex, we hear stock options, we hear these things, but a lot of us really don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the most part, when we think about investing, we thinking about 401k at work. Like that's really what we thinking, right? And that's not the move. So yeah, we wanted to do this show just to kind of touch on a couple opportunities or options that are out there. And just present it so folks know what's going on, they know what's available, and then too, they know how to go about it. A lot of folks don't even know what's involved in these processes at all, so we just wanted to touch on some of those things. And like I said, we want to approach it from an idea that someone has no idea or has never had any experience with it, right? So keeping it real basic. You want to say something, Lo?
Yeah, I want us to understand this. There's two different type of educations, right? And we weren't never supposed to learn this. That's why a lot of us don't participate in it the way we should. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they were taught, go to school, get good grades, go to college, get a job and work for someone. A lot of us wasn't taught residual income and principles of how to make our money work for us. A lot of us wasn't taught about stocks, investing, and how we can do these things and allow our money to grow. You know what I mean? So that way we can create generational wealth. A lot of us are just used to working the 9-to-5s for someone else and being slaves instead of having our own ownership, our own businesses, understanding equity and all these different things. So Quay and I thought it would be a very important subject to talk about. I was having a conversation with my friend JC on Xbox, and JC brought up, why don't we as a community start buying up properties silently without even showing their face? Like the Asian communities do. They go out, they look at hotels, they get together, and they invest in that. And then they buy one. And then once they buy that one, they move family and friends in. And once they have that situation taken care of, they look for the next property to continue slowly expanding. And these are different things that we can do in our community just as well and move in silence to create, our own Black Wall Street all over again. So that way we are in positions of being owners instead of just people who are slaves or working on someone else's plantation. And what I mean by that is just working for someone else's business. Because if it's not yours, obviously there's nothing wrong with working. But what I'm saying is, understanding ownership and understanding how to flip your money and make your money work for you is very important. And it's very important for us as a culture to start becoming owners. just an opinion. I don't know everything. I don't believe Martin Luther King died because of his "I Have a Dream" speech. I believe he died when he started educating us by saying, "I believe I led my people into a burning building." I believe Martin Luther King understood when he started telling us to start owning land, to start owning property, to start investing, and we started to wake up slowly. That's why he had to go. Just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I do think there is a power in ownership and understanding the rules to the game and learning how to play with Monopoly. Go ahead, Quay.
Yeah, and let's say the other piece that I want to throw in there, since you kind of touched on that a little bit, the other piece is we got to shift our mindset, right? As a community, we have to shift our mindset and stop being so selfish, right? You know, a lot of us, come into knowledge in certain things, and we trying to keep it to ourselves. We ain't trying to share. And all of that, and that doesn't really move us in the direction that we need to move collectively, right? So that's another reason why I want to do this show. Like I said, a lot of these things are no secret. And let's say when we come into these things, I said we got to share it, to the community so everybody can eat.
Right.
Let's say, because at the end of the day, we're stronger in numbers. So like I said, the selfish thing is never going to get us get us anywhere. So yeah, we got to open up the door and share this knowledge, spread it around. Just so that we can all eat and all change our trajectory. Like I said, where I stand with this, Los. My mission is always to change our trajectory as a people. And this is a part of that. So,
another reason, Quay, is I know that we want change, right?
That's
change
right.
Comes with price.
Mm-hmm.
Come with a price. Laws come with a price tag. Presidents and things come with a price tag. You don't believe me? Why do presidents need corporate sponsors of companies to help pay for the campaign for them to go out? So if our business is helping pay for your campaign, that means you're going to be making some laws in favors of our business. It shouldn't be that way, but it just is what it is. So we have to understand the power of ownership, the power of our dollar, and more importantly, the power of unity. Coach, how do you feel about this?
Hey, I'm down with. I agree 100%. I'm always had that philosophy with Tupac, where each one teach one. So I'm definitely down for that whole philosophy.
Thank you. Go ahead, Quay.
So yeah, so let me let me get into this and just kind of touch on some things. And like I said, if anybody in the comments has questions, just drop a comment. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can. Anything like that. So
also, if you want to join the panel, Quay, you have the link up, right, where they can join the panel and join us.
Yeah.
You can know about that as well.
Yeah, we got the link posted down in the comments. So I said, if you're not seeing that or you want to get on the panel, you need the link. Let me know. We'll get it to you real quick.
Yeah, we would love
to so let me just. What'd you say, man?
I was saying we would love to hear what they have to say after you drop all these gems. The show isn't just about us. It's about everyone giving their opinion so we all can grow as a community to learn from each other. And not only that, it's your responsibility to go do the research for yourself, because you can know everything, but if you don't apply what you know, it means nothing. So please do the research for yourself just as well. Go ahead, Quay.
So yeah, so let me jump into this. So with any investing, right? Because there's just millions of options of ways to invest. I see guys, flipping watches. I see guys, we got folks in real estate, we got stock market, we got crypto, we got foreign exchange, you name it, Airbnb. There's so many ways to invest or build wealth at this point. But I said we'll focus on a couple, just to keep it general. But with any investment or any decision to invest, one of the first steps that you have to make is you got to decide what type of capital you're willing to lose. And and I'm saying that very directly. You have to decide what type of capital you're willing to lose. That's one of the main pieces, right? You never want to over leverage yourself or put yourself in a situation where you can't pay your bills. So definitely look at investing, even though the goal, of course, is always to win. You have to plan for not winning. so
why do you do that, Quay? Why is that important? Why do you do that?
Well, what? Let's say you don't want to over leverage yourself and put yourself in a bind to where your day-to-day operations are affected because of your investing.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So you want to separate those things. You want to look at investing as the bonus, right? You don't want to really intermingle that into your daily operations. You don't want to have invested knocking out your money where you can't pay your light bill. You know what I mean. So you don't want to intermingle those two, right? Just being smart about it.
Where's the money? You got to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah. So the first thing is decide what type of cap money you're willing to lose, right? First thing, and let me put this disclaimer out there. I don't want Facebook to get on here. I am not a financial advisor. Past profits cannot guarantee future profits. I am just a guy who trades. So I'm just, that's how we doing this, but I'm not a financial advisor.
Secondly, just another disclaimer. None of us are claiming to be the pros at all. None of us are claiming to change your life or have all the right answers. This is just a conversation. It is on everyone's responsibility to do their own homework, their own research, and take whatever fits their spirit and add to the conversation. And it's our job when you're speaking to do our homework and to see how it fits our lifestyle, to see whatever, if it benefits us or if it doesn't benefit us. So no one is saying that you have to do this. This is a get rich quick scheme or anything else like that. We're just having a conversation about things that possibly might be able to bless you.
Facts. All right. So once you line up your cap money and you say, okay, I'm willing to, I'm ready to put this, let's just say 500 or this 1,000 up or whatever. The next thing is you got to go source yourself out a broker. So you need to find yourself a stockbroker. So there's a lot of options when it comes to stockbrokers, but for anybody starting out, I recommend that you stick with the known brokers, right? So some of the known brokers are TD Ameritrade, E-Trade. For some of our fast money guys or some of our super newbies, you have options like Cash App. You can trade stocks in Cash App. You can also trade stocks in Webull. That's another a broker that you can use as well. So those are just a couple brokers that are some well-known brokers that you typically will get a good experience out of. I know a lot of guys who use those brokers. I use some of them personally myself. So I just like to stick to known brokers. When things go wrong, you can get support quick. Your trades don't take all day to execute and close when you want to get out.
If I don't know what a broker is,
what about
can you break that down? If I don't know what a broker is,
so a broker basically is a company who will facilitate your trade transactions, right? So you're depositing your money in that broker, and then from that deposit, you can make trades. So that's where you're making your buys and your sales. So the broker is just the intermediate basically between you and the market. It's really what the broker is. You had a question, Coach? Did you have a question? How you doing, man?
What's
I
up,
want to do a quick introduction real quick, Quay. So this is
I
my
can hear you.
This is my friend, California. He is a rapper out here in California. He is a host. He is a part-time genius, honestly. I just got done directing his new music video.
Yeah,
It's nothing.
Yeah, we
I just didn't. He was about to start the show. He probably about to go live or whatever. So I just wanted him to tap in for a second.
Yuck Mouth just got here. We starting at 7, but I got time to chop it up a hot second. You know
okay.
What I'm saying?
So he has his own show also with Yuck Mouth, who is also a famous rapper as well. I just got done directing his new music video, It's Nothing, and that drops February 5th. So I just wanted to bring him on for a second. We're going to do a whole show with Kato and just talk about Kato and how he's making changes for the community.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there getting ready to do our thing. I just want to tap in with y'all, do the Smoke Out Radio thing. But we just dropped the 9 o'clock. Matter of fact, the single drop at 9 o'clock tonight.
Wow.
It's nothing. Yep. So you can go download stuff.
Okay.
Feel me?
Hey, y'all just got an exclusive that y'all didn't know. The It's Nothing music video drops tonight at 9 o'clock. So y'all make sure y'all go on Kato's Instagram page. Y'all support that. Y'all show him some love.
Yeah, show some love, man. Y'all gonna love the message, man. It's like, holding each other accountable for things that's been popping. So, it's like a message music. You feel me?
Right.
Cool, cool. No, I appreciate that. Let me grab this comment real fast. Shirley Ann said, I think she said EYL is a phenomenal financial educational platform.
Right.
We appreciate that. And she dropped
I just
the
joined that.
.com
I
as
just
well.
joined EYL, Quay.
Say that again.
I just joined with my mother, EYL University.
Okay.
I got to
Okay,
get
cool.
you, man. Wow. Just some powerful people making some powerful moves. And as a collective, as a culture, they're doing exactly what we're talking about right now with the track record and a resume of proof of success and wins.
Okay, cool, cool. That's a good look. Okay, cool. So let me jump back to this. So basically you've made a decision on your cap money. You've made a decision on your broker. So now you are at the point when it comes to stock trading. Now you are at the point of deciding where you want to put your money at, or what company you want to purchase shares of, right? So this is the toss up. Everybody has different ways of how they pick stocks, right? So some folks pick stocks off of, what type of products they buy. Some folks pick stocks off of what's popular, what's in the media. So there's many ways to pick stocks. Me personally, like I said, I like to look for stocks that have essentially are going to become a way of life.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, let's just take, COVID-19 as an example. Well, it might be losing coach. I'll bring him back if he comes back. Okay. Let's take COVID-19 as an example, right? So when COVID hit, a lot of physical businesses got shut down, right? So that forced everybody to go digital. So, everybody was ordering products from Amazon. Powerful investment opportunity, right? That became a way of life. And now that COVID is kind of going through its paces, Amazon is still the go-to place to get products.
Right.
So like I said, when you think about a way of life, Amazon has become our way of life. So Amazon is definitely, once again, I'm not an advisor, but if you was looking to drop some money somewhere, Amazon might not be a bad opportunity.
And that's the supply and demand, right, Quay? That's basically what you're saying.
Correct. Because essentially, if you have a decline in physical brick and mortar businesses and with costs, with costs starting to elevate when it comes to property taxes and things like that, a lot of businesses are going to go digital. And one of the first decisions that they're going to make is, what platform can I get my products to that are going to get millions and billions of eyeballs on it? And of course, one of the main places to do that is Amazon. So like I said, once again, long term, if you're looking to park some money somewhere, Amazon is not a bad option. But like I said, once again, going back to that concept of thinking about a new way of life, COVID, once again, you had a lot of small businesses that got shut down during that time. So of course, as a small business, not anything near the size of an Amazon, as a small business, you're trying to figure out ways to sell your products via the internet because people can't get to you physically, right?
Right.
So then for me, what you got to do is you got to say, okay, so who's the player when you get into that space? So when a small business wants to sell their products online, how do they do that effectively, right? So when you go do a little research, and like I said, a lot of this stuff is investing is really based on research. So write that note down. If you're going to get into investing, you got to be serious about researching.
Down. Don't try to remember all this because you ain't going to remember all this information. So whatever gem he drops, write it down or just come back to the video and make sure you share.
Exactly. But yeah, one of the keys to investing is you must research. Yeah, you don't want to get caught up taking news from the media. Like I said, you want to research these things. I said, Google can be your best friend. You want to research these things, right? So let me tell you what I did when all these small businesses, when they said, hey, we need to figure out how to do some business, I went out and I started Googling. And I said, hey, how can a small business effectively do business in a COVID-19 situation?
Is that what you Googled? Is that what you Googled?
Literally, man, doing e-commerce business during COVID-19. And one of the first companies that came back was a company by the name of Shopify. ticker symbol SHOP.
Yeah.
Shopify, right? So what Shopify does is they essentially provide the platform for the small business to be able to conduct e-commerce transactions to the public. So if you go look at Shopify's stock performance since the beginning of COVID, that thing just shot north. Because once again, Shopify has become a way of life. It has become a new way of life for small businesses to be able to do business regardless of if physical buildings are shut down or not. So this is why I use that as my foundation when I'm going to find stocks to invest in. I think about things that are going to be a way of life for us as we move forward.
So can I try to break it down in weirdo terms, and you can tell me if I broke it down correctly?
Go ahead, man.
So back in the day, Blockbuster was a way of life. Eventually, Blockbuster got shut down, and we started streaming services. Streaming services shut down Blockbuster. So our way of life has changed into streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, all these different things, right? So if we would have caught the train then, possibly what you're saying, according to following the patterns of life, that might have been a prime time to want to invest in streaming services because lifestyle has changed now to streaming services. Will that be correct?
It was. That's exactly right.
Okay.
That's exactly right. And that's a great comparison, man. Like I said, Blockbuster is a perfect example, right? So if you look at what's going on now, this is a good way a good time to segue into something. So I'm sure anybody who's been paying attention to the news, I'm sure you guys have seen some murmurings around this whole GameStop situation that's going on in Robinhood, right?
Yeah.
And GameStop is a prime example. So GameStop was the go-to place. You know what I'm saying? When you was into your game systems, you was going to GameStop to get your cartridges and do all of that and blah blah blah.
You mean wait? You mean one of these right here?
Exactly. But if you look at what's happened now, a lot of gaming is online now.
Yep.
It's all based off of subscription services now, right? So companies like GameStop, they eventually will go out of business because exactly right there. Yep, they literally will go out of business because their business model has not kept up with this change in our way of life. So basically what we saw the other day with the whole GameStop debacle was essentially market manipulation. So you had a couple traders who decided they were going to push GameStop and push it north because they knew the big hedge funds were shorting it, so essentially betting on it to go down. And that's really what we saw. But as you see today, GameStop has sunk or is sinking its way right on back down to what it was because that was all pure manipulation. GameStop as a company, like I said, they're not going to be around too much longer because their business model just does not keep up with current life. And at the end of the day, most businesses are moving in the direction of subscription services anyway. So they really want to get you to a point where you're paying them money every month or every 6 months or whatever the terms are. That's where everything is going. So like I said, we got to think about that. I'll drop another gem on you guys. I'm sure you guys have noticed sometimes when you're talking to somebody, right? Let's just say you're talking about dogs,
okay,
or cats or something, right? And you notice when you notice when you get on social media, you'll see an ad, about cats or dogs or some stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
There's companies behind that. You know, one of those companies that is tied to a lot of that advertising is a company by the name of Trade Desk. Right. So I'm sure you guys may not have even heard that name before. But once again, when we're looking at these things that have become a new way of life, because there's ads always running on your phone. Every time you download an app, it's coming with ads. Every time you get on social media, you're getting fed an ad. There's companies behind that, right? So we got to go find those companies that serve those ads because that's how businesses are getting that revenue through those. You responding to those ads.
Right.
And let's say Trade Desk, ticker symbol TTD, is one of those companies that's associated with a lot of those ads. And if you go look at their trajectory as far as profits is concerned, it's been shooting right on up.
Okay, so
So
he been shooting right on up because of that, right? Because of how the lifestyle switched. I got
correct.
another game for you.
Go
Y'all
ahead.
remember this back in the day?
For sure.
Oh yeah.
This me showing my age right here, right? You know, we used to play these games like this back in the day. You know?
Right.
So basically, according to what you're saying, is when we went from those type of games and people shifted to these type of games, you know what I mean? And people are standing outside in the line, or they're like giving us dates, and they're like, there are no more Xbox X's. And now they're on Amazon selling for triple the price. That possibly might be the prime time to say, oh, I see a trend. I possibly want to invest here now because this is the new way.
Correct.
Okay, just want to understand. That's my people in the back of the church.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, you have to keep up with, like I said, as these changes are introduced to us. We have to dig into them all the time. We have to dig into them. You know, times are dead for a lot of those. Not Brett. I'm not sure what's going on with Coach, but times are dead for a lot of those stale investments that used to be out there. You know, folks used to, put money in Ford Motor Company and put money in GM, Chrysler and all of that stuff.
Hey, let me take you back in the day. Whirlpool.
Exactly. Those times are over, man. Let's say you got to just be looking at this thing a lot different now, because that's the times are accelerating at a fast pace now, and let's say you really got to keep up. So research is the key to a lot of this. So yeah, just like I said, that's my approach. Like I said, I could go on for days and days.
You know what kind of remind me of, Quay? And I don't know why God always give me like weird examples, right? So basically, you're saying that we need to be able to pay attention to life and keep up with the times to be able to move forward and move ahead. We need to pay attention to the trends of Mother Nature and how things change.
Right.
So it reminds me of Hidden Figures. Remember the movie Hidden Figures?
Oh yeah.
And the scientists, where they were the calculators, and she saw that they were bringing in computers, you know what I mean, to replace them as calculators. So what she did was she saw the new trend, and she didn't want to get fired. So what she did was she went and learned and did the research on how to be the operator of the computer, because somebody had to operate the computer. And what you're saying is, as a culture, we need to stop being selfish, because she could have went and learned that all by herself. But what she did was she took that information and then she came back and gave it to her people. So that way her people could continue making money and having a job and be current and be ahead of the time, because now we need you. We need you as a computer operator because you paid attention to the trend. So I don't know a lot about stock and trade, so this is good for me. I do know a lot about life, and I have a little bit of common sense. So what I'm understanding, what you're saying now that's clicking for me, or my little light bulb that's going off, is if we pay attention to the trends in life and supply and demand, guns and butter for my gangsters out there. You know what I'm saying? That if we pay attention to what the demand is, then we have to understand who's the person doing the supplying. I like that. That's really intriguing. See, sometimes I feel like because we're behind in this game, right? So we came up with different type of games that did the same thing. And I'll say like a drug dealer. Let me use that for an example. In order to be an efficient drug dealer, you have to know what the supply and demand of the people is. The only difference between the drug dealer is the product that they sell versus what these companies are selling, which isn't a drug. You see what I'm saying? So a drug dealer, he wants to have the best supply, so that way that merchandise becomes in demand, and then the people, they go after that product or whatever else, and that's how he makes the money. And when that trend changes, he needs to change the product in order to stay, you know what I'm saying, in charge. So what I think that you're saying when it comes to understanding stock, we have to understand, what is this trend in life? Okay, this is what it is today. But research doesn't stop, because life doesn't stop, and life is always changing. And if we understand the new wave, then we know how to jump on the right trains when those trains go. But what I do understand at the same time was, you say never play with the house's money. So if this is money that I can't play with, then I'm not gonna play in the market right now. But if I do have some extra money that's to the side that I can afford to lose, then this is the money that I should play with in the market, so that way I'm not at the market's demand of if I win or lose.
Correct, correct. And like I said, the thing is, you know, I like to be realistic with everything, right? So I'm just gonna give you the truth. Like I don't like to play around. I'm not trying to hide nothing. I like to tell you how it works. So I say, because I'm not new to this at all. With any investing, you're going to take some losses. Let me just put that out here right now. I don't know nobody, and I know a lot of folks. I don't know nobody who's making good money investing right now that didn't take some losses. Like that come with the game. Because I mean, these cats can get on the news and say some nonsense and turn the market upside down. You know, Trump can get on here and say some, hey, I'm about to kick this war off, and the market go flip upside down. So I'm never going to sit here and tell you you're not going to take any losses. Like I said, I'm being realistic. That's why I say you never.
The thing about that too, Quay, that's life, period.
For sure.
That's life, period. Because you can go to school, get your degrees, get your education. You still got to go out to get the job. And on the way to get the job, you're going to go through your no's. But that's part of success. You got to be willing to go through your no's to get to your yeses. So what Quay is saying is, when you have extra money to the side to play in this game, that would be the prime time to do something like that. Crazy example, right? Me and my nephew just went and made $200 helping a friend move. We went to Dollar Tree just to get some extra plates, just little things around the house. You know what I mean? And so when we got there, he was like, man, $50. I said, bruh, you bugging over $50? So you just made $200. You said you took 50 to the side just to invest for yourself, right? Because you just needed some little things for the crib. You just needed some basic things to invest in yourself. Why would you complain about putting $50 back into yourself so that way you can have the proper things that you need on a daily basis just to get by? How do you value you? He was like, well, I just want to spend my money elsewhere. I say, that's cool. But in my opinion, when I understand money, you need to divide the money up that you make. And what I mean by that is you need to have a portion that goes to you, a portion that goes to your bills, and a portion that's just play money. You know what I mean? And you need to allow each one of these things to grow. So that way, one, you feel good about yourself about making the money because you invested in yourself so that you can grow. Two, all your bills are covered. Three, you have something for leisure. But if you're just putting all your money in one of these categories, you're not going to have the same peace. So I'm like, bro, you got to fix your mindset, because if your mindset's not like that, you're going to stay broke. Sometimes you can grow up in a certain situation and that muscle grows and that becomes your mentality.
Right.
And when someone tries to tell you something different, it bothers you because it's something that you're not used to. Well, as a culture, we have to start educating ourselves a lot more. As a culture, we have to start doing things differently. If we're saying today we do not like the results of our culture, and we do not like the results of today from yesterday, then what are we going to do differently today to change the result?
Right.
We have to start thinking differently. And to think differently or to do different is to be uncomfortable because you're doing something that you've never done before. Okay, y'all worked out before, Quay and Coach. When you went to the gym, your first week back in the gym, how does your body feel?
It's rough.
Oh, dude, you sore. You were definitely sore.
Why are you sore?
Because
you out of the routine, man.
Yeah, you haven't worked out in a while, so yeah, you worked out muscles that you didn't work. So yeah, you sore.
Now pay attention to this life journey that we rolling on right now, right? So you sore, your body hurt. But the more you continue to do it and you fight through the soreness and you keep showing up, what happens?
It's easier.
You don't, it's easier. You don't have any more setbacks. You don't have no soreness.
So do you understand what Quay is saying in the market? When you first do this market thing, you're going to lose. It's part of the process.
Facts.
But the more you continue to play, the smarter you're going to get. The smarter you're going to get, eventually you're going to start winning because you developed a new muscle in how to do this. Now, look at me. I'm not saying it like I know it all because I need to develop this muscle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it. But I'm man enough to be able to admit that because sometimes ego can get in the way of you getting blessed because you're not willing to go learn something new because you think you know it all. Well, guess what? My bank account tell me I don't know nothing. Nothing. I need to go learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know why I want to learn? It's because I'm sick of I'm not saying I'm not blessed. Thank you, God, for everything that I have. I'm super grateful. What I'm saying is I know you said there's abundance. So in order for me to get to the abundance, there's a step that I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I need to continue to educate myself. I need to go continue to work out different muscles to get results in my life. So that's why I'm here. And I really thought that this show was very important so I can learn from Quay or so I can learn from any guest that comes on the show or so that I can go pick up a book and do some more research about things that I don't know because people are winning. People have been doing this for a long time. Everyone's not doing a 9-to-5. Surprise. There are other ways to make money. Surprise. There are other ways to get residual income. There are other ways to have multiple streams of income. Surprise. So what can we do? Because now once we get this money or we get this funding, now we can start living out and fulfilling the dreams that we want. Now we can start shaping the world and how we can shape the world. Now we don't have to say Black Lives Matter because we are owners. We don't. When you have ownership, you know you matter already because you're an owner. You're in charge. So we have to change the mindset about how we do things.
Facts. Yep. No, for sure, for sure. And like I said, man, just keeping it general. Like I said, losses are a part of the game. So just like I said, just know that when you walk into any investing, know at some point you're gonna lose some money. You're not gonna always win all your trades. You know, every investment you make is not gonna just turn into $1 million. That's not how it works. It don't happen overnight. It's not a get rich quick. So I'm not gonna even sit here and lie to you. Like I said, that's just not how it works. So let's say get your mind right and take a chance.
When you lose, what is your process? What happens? What is your mindset? How do you not allow the devil to say, aha, you did that and you don't need to do this anymore? How did you develop the muscle of keep going?
Let me say this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this quote, but I've heard people make sayings before where they say you need to fail early. Right? So one of the things I did is typically a lot of folks will start, you know, getting their feet wet in investing by using like paper trade accounts, right? Or fake accounts. And I actually went a little different. I went straight into a live account because the quicker you get the feeling of losing out of your system, then you don't even look at a loss the same way. Yeah, because at the end of the day, with any type of investing, the goal is to make more than you lose. Yeah, that's a nugget. Write that down. Make more than you lose. Because there's going to be some losses. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. There's going to be some losses. So the goal is to make more than you lose. Yeah, that's how you got to look at it. Yep, go and get the losses on out your system. Get used to you know, getting in a trade at $100 and it going up to 500 and you taking the loss back down to 75. Get used to it. Because that's just how the game works. But as you get better, as you get a little deeper into it and do more research and become more you know, more laser focused, that changes.
Well, it goes back to the gym example. The more you do it, because the first time you're going to go to the gym, you go, I can lift this, I can lift that, until you get up under that bar, until things get real, until you wake up the next morning and you feel like you can't breathe. You understand? So the more you develop the muscle, the stronger you get, the more you have an understanding. The more educated you are, the better decisions you can make.
Right. And let me grab this comic. This pretty much lays it out. This is what I tell everybody. You should only invest what you could afford to lose. In the case that you really do lose because you can't afford to lose, wise investment. And then also Shirley Ann also says, don't spend your bill money. Let's see, but Sirens your Starbucks money. So yeah, definitely don't spend your bill money.
Yeah.
Join the show, please. We're waiting. Come join the panel.
Well, yeah. So let me circle back to this. So, like I said, once again, first step, decide what type of cap money you want to put up. Second step, sign up to a broker. Like I said, we've listed out a couple: Webull, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade. For the mobile phone users out here, Cash App.
Corey, after the show, can we put that list for the people on the Facebook Live and just add the list so that way when they go to share the show with your friends, they can also share the list and have that information?
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. So yeah, so like I said, just keeping it light. So that's the basics of stock investing. Decide your cap money, get yourself a broker, think about who you want to invest in, and then make your purchases. That's really the basic process. Go ahead, Los.
I have a question for you, Quay.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the black dollar moving in silence to buy property and land?
Oh, I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, no, he who owns all the land has all the power. So definitely, I agree with that.
Why do you think that's important? I mean, I know we have certain things that what's stopping us? Because here's my thing, right? And I'm not trying to be racist or funny or anything else, right? Let's do a history check. Black Wall Street,
Right.
Rosewood.
Uh-huh.
We have black bank accounts. We have all these different things because sometimes it seems like when we separate ourselves to have, those things get destroyed, right?
Exactly.
And my question is, why? Do we understand why that's being destroyed? Because if we understand why that's being destroyed, we should understand even more importantly why we need to build it and why it needs to happen and why we need to come together. Because you don't destroy nothing for no reason. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to blow up Oklahoma for no reason.
Well, the only reason why they did all that is because of the white, what should I say? Yeah, the white community was not doing as well as these black affluent communities. They had like their own airport, they had their own doctors, they were very successful, and they were upset about that. So what did they go? They destroy it.
So think about what you just said, Coach. You said, and I quote, we had our own buying power. We had our own established buildings. We had our own, we were owners.
Correct.
And our community was flourishing.
Correct.
And because someone else wasn't flourishing as much, what they understood was we need to destroy that because we don't want history to be in reverse, or the fear of maybe they might treat us like we treated them.
Correct.
So my question is, why haven't we went back to our roots to create something like that again? What happened? Why aren't we building like this?
So let me give you my perspective on that.
We spend a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me give you my perspective on that. So two things that I see. One is we're scared. Two is we're selfish. We a lot of us live in a system where we have been withheld or restricted from having things, right? So we essentially, a lot of us grew up in an inner city area, and we're kind of taught that, moving up, you got to head out to a suburb somewhere, right?
Okay.
Wrong information, but yeah.
Exactly. But that's what we've been taught, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So we use that because we've been withheld things. We use that to separate ourselves from each other, right? So because
Correct.
you couldn't move to the suburb, I'm better than you. Or because I was able to get this 600 Mercedes, this is somehow better than your Ford Focus, right?
Correct.
So we use that to separate ourselves. So when it comes to collaborating, we don't want to do that because we're too busy trying to acquire our own because we've been withheld things, right? So
sure,
we're fighting these battles at these jobs for these artificial titles. We're trying to get the best looking car so we can show off to our neighbors on the street. We're trying to essentially acquire these things that were withheld from us, but what it does is really just keeps us divided. because we use it to separate ourselves. So it's going to be a challenge in this current day to come together and collaborate for our greater good.
Sure.
Because a lot of us have adapted that mindset that I finally acquired something and I don't want to share it or I don't want to lose it. That's why you notice, like I said, when a lot of us move out into a suburb and that new neighbor moves in, we giving them that side eye.
Right.
Like how you get out here? What you doing out here?
Not the side eye, Quay.
Yeah, I'm serious. And that's that thing, man. Like I said, we've been withheld and put into these scenarios where we are now literally competing with each other, if you will. And that's going to make it hard for us to get into a mindset of collaborating and building together and owning together and supporting each other. I mean, that's why we see some of the things we see when it comes to supporting our businesses. Like it's just a total different mindset when it comes to that. And it affects us, as we move forward as a people.
I agree.
You said something very important. You said we scared. What we scared of, Quay?
You know what, man? We're scared of depending on ourselves.
Oh, you hit something I didn't think you was gonna hit now. You hit something I didn't think you was gonna hit.
I'm just stating facts, man. At the end of the day, we have become dependent on everybody else for anything that we need. Like I said, if you look at your neighborhood, you literally are consuming to everybody else. If it be the Middle Eastern, the Asian, the Caucasian, the Jewish man, all of it. You literally are consuming to everybody else. And basically we have become used to depending on everybody else. Like think about when you get a little bit of money in your hand, the first thing you do is run out to some designer or somebody to spend your money.
You better talk, Quay.
Just tell them, I'm just stating the facts, man. Like I said, we have become dependent. So when somebody says we need to depend on ourselves, we don't know what to do.
Wow. Wow.
We lost. Yeah, think about it.
I thought you was going in a different direction with it. I thought you was going in a whole other direction.
No, I'm just stating the facts, man. Think about it. We depending on somebody to eat. We depend on somebody to live. We depend on somebody for water. We depend on somebody for clothes. We depend on somebody for education. We depend on somebody for a job. We depend on somebody for utilities. We depend on everything. Everything.
How y'all feel about that over there? Coach, Shirley, how y'all feel about what he just said?
I can't disagree. I mean, look at how our culture is and how it's been conditioned. I'm like, you look at this guy, this rapper, Lil Uzi Vert, and he spent all that money to put a jewelry, a trinket on his forehead. They said it's 24 million, but I doubt that. But still, he just opened himself up, right? People who are, especially at this time when everyone is out of work and they're struggling, and you just made yourself a huge target.
Right.
All because you want to floss to say, look at me. Right. Look what I got.
Right.
So Los, let me do this, man. Let me loop back so I can get this info to the folks, man. And then we can get into that. Let me loop back real quick.
Check the back room message for me too. Okay.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Go ahead and loop back for one time.
All right, so yeah, let me just get this info to the folks. So let's say, we touched on stock trading, right? So another opportunity that folks have is cryptocurrency, right? So I know a lot of folks have been hearing this term, right? So Bitcoin is all over the place. Everybody's hearing it, right? It's hovering up around, getting near $40,000 again per coin and so forth, right? So let me put this out here right now, since I got people watching the show. Bitcoin, digital currency, is going to be a new way of life. Let me put that out here right now, so everybody understands it. It's not a scam. It's not a hustle. It's not a conspiracy. It's not none of that. It is about to be a new way of life. So take digital currency seriously. It is here. Yep, our own government has created their own digital dollar in secrecy. Most folks don't even know that. So this thing is here. So I need everybody who's listening to this broadcast to take digital currency seriously. When it comes to purchasing digital currency, once again, very similar to stock investing. You have to get yourself a broker slash exchange, right? Some of the popular brokers slash exchanges out here are Coinbase. I'm sure everybody has heard of
Yeah.
Coinbase at some point.
Yes.
That's one of the big exchanges for purchasing cryptocurrency.
That's mine.
Cash App. Cash App is another one. Cash App, you know, a lot of folks are transferring money with Cash App, but you can also purchase stocks and you can purchase Bitcoin on Cash App. So take advantage of that. One of the new players coming into the crypto purchasing game is PayPal. PayPal now has the ability to purchase digital currency, and specifically Bitcoin. So
Okay.
definitely take advantage of that. If you're a PayPal user, that functionality has been built into their platform. So leverage them if you want to purchase Bitcoin through PayPal. Another, I guess, not popular exchange, but you know, some of the traders know about it. Is another, it goes by the company Binance, Binance.
One more time.
So
One more time.
say that again.
Can you spell it one more time, please?
BI. So B as in boy. So basically, it's finance, but just swap out the F for B.
Thank you.
So Binance. So that's another exchange that you can sign up with to purchase digital currency. And like I said, digital currency is really no different than stocks. Like I said, it does come with a level of volatility, but you need to get your hands on some digital currency from me to you. Get your hands on some digital currency. Because like I said, that is going to be our new way of life. Like I said, if you look at a lot of companies now, they are adapting cryptocurrency and digital currency.
Right.
So they're taking transactions via Bitcoin. They're allowing you to buy things via Bitcoin. So it's coming.
Hey, it's already here. There's an NFL player who got paid in Bitcoin.
Correct. And see, that was a smart move on his part, because see, what he knows is, if I take in this $1 million paycheck in Bitcoin, if I just sit on it for a couple weeks, it's probably going to turn into $1.5 million.
Easy.
So we got to think about that. See, your paycheck don't do that. When you get your paycheck from your job, if it's $2,000, it's going to be $2,000 2 weeks from now. If you get your paycheck in Bitcoin, it might double by the time you cash that thing in. So we gotta think about that. My man he's thinking about this, you know, from an investment perspective, and he's getting in early into it. But like I said, the adaptation is already happening. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Amazon. I mean, the list goes on. A lot of these major companies are already doing digital currency transactions. And this segues into another thing. Let me say this, since we're talking about digital currency. One of the things that we got to stop doing is listening to the media. Like, the media is here to push narratives. That's really all the media does, right? So they're talking about how bad cryptocurrency is, all of this counterfeit stuff going on in cryptocurrency, all this crime taking place in cryptocurrency. That's only to convince you not to buy it, because while you're not buying it, trust me, they are. So,
let me reword that for my brother.
Go ahead.
You can watch the news, but you need to do your own homework to figure it out for yourself.
Correct.
Because if you think the news is only telling the truth and that's all it is, then you're being deceived, because nothing is 100% period. Not even you, because you lie. You tell yourself you're not going to do something and then go out there and do it. So what Quay is basically saying is, you see the information that they're giving you, go do your own homework and go do your own research. Just don't believe what someone else said and just take it for 100, being 100.
Correct. So yeah, just getting into the basic process, right? So you, once again, even with crypto investing or cryptocurrency trading, you once again decide on your cap money. You signing yourself up with a broker or exchange, if you will, in the crypto world, and then you're making purchases. Just my recommendation when it comes to purchasing cryptocurrency, you can make money purchasing crypto that is not known but I just recommend for a beginner that you stick to the stuff that's known. So, you know, your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Litecoin, your Zcash, any of those known XRP, any of those known cryptocurrencies, I said, are going to be your safest moves as a beginner. Now, as you get deeper and get more experience, then there's all types of Doji coin and all types of coins available. But just as a newcomer, I just recommend that you stay with some of the more known coins, you know, so you don't get yourself in any unforeseen trouble, if you will. So that's just a recommendation from me to you. Once again, I'm not an advisor. I'm just, you know, we just having a conversation. We just having a conversation. Okay, correct. And the last thing I want to touch on is, I think one of the greatest opportunities in investment is what a lot of folks have heard it to be called Forex.
Oh,
Forex, yeah. Forex is short for foreign exchange. So basically foreign exchange currency transactions. That's really what Forex trading is. So to give you an example what that means, for anybody who's ever went out of the country, right? So here in Michigan, you know, I'm in Michigan. So here in Michigan, we got Canada right next door, right? So, you know, you get in the tunnel, you come out on the Canadian side, and one of the first things you do is you go into duty free, right? So you get your discount, you know, liquor and your whatever they got up in there. But one of the first things you do before you go into Canada is you go through a currency exchange, right? So you take your US dollars, take it to the counter, you say, hey, I want to convert this to Canadian currency, right? So they take your $100 US, they convert it to 100 and let's just say $120 Canadian, right? And then you go into the casino and do your thing. So that's really what Forex is. So behind the scenes, there is big banks, there is investment firms, there's guys like me and so forth making trades on the difference, or margin trades on the difference between US currency versus Canadian currency. You know, that particular pair goes by the name of USD CAD. And we make trades and make money on that currency difference going up or going down. And this is the value of Forex trading. In Forex, you can make money when markets or currency is bad, and you can make it when it's good. So regardless of what's going on in the world, you still can make money, right? So that's the value or the benefit of Forex trading. So literally the definition is making currency or margin trades on the differences in the value of currency. That's really all it is. And I know that sounds real technical, but I'm gonna give y'all a little treat in a minute, so y'all understand.
Break it down for them one time.
Sure. I'm gonna give y'all a little treat in a minute, so y'all know what I'm talking about. But once again, with any investing, there's a broker involved, right? So when it comes to Forex, one of the big brokers that plays in the game is a company by the name of Hugo's Way. That's one option. You know, getting into the Forex game. Another
Hugo's Way.
Hugo's Way. H-U-G-O. Yep, H-U-G-O-S-W-A-Y. Hugo's Way. Another good company is a company by the name of Traders Way. So T-R-A-D-E-R-S-W-A-Y. Traders Way. And these are what you call unregulated brokers, right? So these are overseas brokers. And one of the benefits to having an overseas broker is they have better margin or better leverage. So you can do like a 1 to 500 on your dollar, right? Or you can do a 1 to 1,000 on your dollar. So there's better leverage amounts or better leverage totals with foreign brokers versus US based brokers. You're always going to have smaller leverage in the US. So just keep that in mind when, you know, if you decide to venture down the Forex path. Foreign brokers are always better leverage than US brokers.
That's interesting.
Just a little nugget. Yeah, and essentially once you get yourself a broker, once again, same process as with any other investment. Decide on what type of cap money you want to put in, transfer it into your account, you know, from a bank account or however you decide to do it, or whatever the options the broker gives you. and then you get into trading these currencies. Now, I'm gonna give y'all the gem to all of this stuff, right? A lot of folks reach out to me all the time to ask questions about investing, stocks, cryptos, and forex.
They reach
And
out for a conversation. He's not a professional, just a
correct.
conversation.
They definitely reach, they definitely reach out for a conversation, right? But a lot of what most people struggle with is what to pick,
Right.
or what to buy, right? You know, when they're thinking about purchasing some shares or some crypto or getting into forex, what do I pick or what do I buy? And the missing piece to a lot of that is a lot
Research.
of retail. Yeah, no, well, that too. So research is a big part of it. So we definitely not going to discount that. Research is a big part of it. But the second part about it is what really helps in investing is having a visual. A visual of what's going on with that particular stock, with that particular crypto, or with that particular forex currency pair. So I'm gonna put y'all up on a little game real fast.
What, you about to drop a gem? You about to drop a gem for the people?
I'm about to drop a gem for the people. Just come in a good mood right here. Now
I
I'm about
want to
to
know how
show.
many people actually gonna catch the gem. How many people actually gonna pay attention?
I'm about to show y'all something. Now this is gonna look real complicated. It's gonna look real complicated, but I'm gonna explain it to you. I'm gonna explain it to you. So let me see if I can get this to come up.
Where Nicole at for the technical difficulties?
All right. So what you're looking at right here is a chart, right? So there's the ability to have charts when it comes to investing. If it be stocks, if it be forex, if it be cryptocurrency. So what a lot of the big banks or the big institutions don't like to tell you is they're looking at charts. So they have a visible representation of what's going to happen or what could happen with that particular asset. If it be a stock, if it be a currency, or if it's a cryptocurrency or a digital currency. So let me give you an example. So what we're looking at right now is a chart of Tesla. So everybody knows who Tesla is, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Ticker symbol TSLA. So
Google
we're looking
it
at a chart. Yeah, we're looking at a chart of Tesla right here. So if you look at this chart, now mind you, let me explain to you what this is. So this is a chart that we use in forex trading, right? This is a what you call an indicator-based chart. So a lot of these little arrows and boxes and all of these things are indicators, right? So these are algorithms or mathematical equations that trigger indicators when certain conditions are met, right? So we look at Tesla and just follow my arrow right here. If we look at Tesla, we see we got this red arrow, right? This red arrow signals a reversal. So this red arrow tells us that Tesla is going to come down in price. When we look like right next to it, we got this little red box. And like I said, I know this probably looks complicated, but I'm gonna give you just a basic little overview so you know what the big banks and a lot of the investment houses have access to that we don't have access to as retail traders. You see this little box right here and this yellow arrow. This is a confirmation that the price of Tesla was going to go down. So if you watch this, that's exactly what it did. It went down. So all of these red candles that you see, that was Tesla going down. We're going to step back a little bit. Right in this area, we had this arrow that told us that basically Tesla was about to head up. We got a confirmation that said Tesla was definitely heading up. And what did Tesla do? She went right on up. So see, this is an indicator-based system that traders use to trade these currencies or these stocks. So this is an advantage that the retail trader doesn't have, right? So when the retail trader reaches out to KP and they say, hey, Quay, what do I need to buy? I can come to a chart like this and look at it and say, you know what? I saw this arrow, I saw this box. Tesla's about to go south, so you don't want to buy no Tesla. But if somebody asked me in this area here, I would say, yeah, you need to buy some Tesla because that thing is going up. And that's
Now,
exactly
we're not
what.
saying that it's guaranteed, people. What we're
No,
saying is
never.
there are charts that you can pay attention to help you understand what possibly could happen.
Correct.
Possibly.
Right.
Correct. And I'm glad you said that just for clarification. There's no guarantee on anything. But what charts do provide you an advantage.
Right.
Because essentially any trading is a game. You got to learn the rules of it. You got to learn how it works. And you got to figure out essentially how to benefit from that game.
And the chart is the game plan. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to win the game. Like the Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to the Super Bowl. So they played the games to get to the Super Bowl. They probably have tape and film to help them prepare for the other team. That doesn't guarantee them the win, but it does map out a way to become successful. So the chart is the game plan to help map out an opportunity to be successful. It's not guaranteed, but it's better than not having a plan at all, is what we're saying, right, Chris?
Correct. And I'm gonna drop a link.
Oh, you dropping links now?
I'm gonna drop a link, man, because like I said, we dropping jewels tonight, so I'm gonna drop a link. So that particular system that I just showed you guys. Let me make sure I get this up here right.
Okay.
You can get your hands on the system like that or a chart like that at the website that's scrolling across the screen right there. So I said, take them notes. I'm trying to drop these gems so y'all can get these notes. So take those notes.
I mean, if y'all could do the Busted Challenge, y'all definitely could do the mobilepipes.com challenge and take some notes to make sure y'all get y'all investments right.
For sure. I'm gonna let that scroll a little bit. But yeah, that's one of the keys, right? So in this investing game, a lot of folks don't have access to charts or charting. So they can't see these things the way that they need to see them or have that visual display of what's going on. Because literally charts can give you the ability to see what's going to happen with a stock or a currency or a digital coin, to see what's going to happen with it before it happens. So yeah, like I said, let that sink in. Like I said, banks, investment firms, the big boys, everything they do is on charts. Yep, everything they do. So yeah, I'll hold right there, right? So let's say we touched on a little bit on stock investing. We touched on cryptocurrency. We also touched on Forex or foreign exchange trading. So those are just a couple things. And there's more. Let's say there's stock options and there's a lot of things out there. But just, I wanted to touch on what you say, Lo?
I think you just wanted to give them a little sample, a little taste.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I want to expose people to things. Everybody doesn't know that these things even exist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks investing is a 401k, and that's not investing.
Right.
So like I said, there's just a lot of opportunities or options out here. Like I said, those are just three. Like I said, stock investing. And like I said, this was a high level overview. We really was just trying to get your feet wet, give you a little taste, show you a little something. Get you excited.
Go do your own homework. Go do your own homework. Go learn something new. Spend some time with it. Get off the Xbox. Get off of Netflix and chilling, and spend some time with learning some investments. Foreign exchange. What else was the rest of them? I need to go learn too. You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, stock investing is one of the most popular. Cryptocurrency is number 2. Let's say it's gaining traction. Let's say once again, I'm gonna say this one more time. Cryptocurrency and digital currency is not going anywhere. It is going to be a new way of life for us. So don't get left behind. It is already here, and it's not about to stop. So don't get left behind. Definitely get serious about digital and cryptocurrency. And then the last thing was foreign exchange, or AKA Forex trading. And let me say this too while I got everybody on here. If you come across Forex trading, I'm sure you're gonna come across it through some type of MLM. One of the big ones is this company by the name of IML. Let me just say this. If you decide that you want to go down the path of trading foreign exchange or Forex trading, you don't have to be a part of a group or a club or anything like that to trade Forex. You can do it on your own.
Okay,
So you
that's
don't
good
have to
enough.
pay. You don't have to pay nobody no subscription fees or no $200 a month. You ain't got to do none of that. You can learn this stuff and trade this stuff on your own. So I just want to put that out there.
Quay, earlier we were talking about, you had made a couple of statements where you're talking about the things that keep us from doing these type of things. You had talked about fear. You had talked about accountability, responsibility, and
Right.
I had one. I wanted to tap on something, right? Because it was bothering me. It was in my spirit, and it bothered me, right? And it bothers me sometimes how we handle things. And what I mean by that is, and I'm not promoting violence. I'm not promoting anything. I'm promoting awareness. And what I mean by this is, anytime that we've ever had something, it's always been destroyed.
Right? Facts.
Anytime they wanted to stand up for something, they've always stood up for whatever they believed in with guns. The Capitol, the other building they took over. And they've always armed themselves to protect what they believed in with their rights. So
Right.
I'm not stating anyone go do anything violent. What I am saying is, understand that you do have the rights to bear arms. You do have the rights to protect yourselves, and you have the right to protect your asset the same way they are showing you that they protect their assets. Is what I'm stating, because throughout history, it's history. You're supposed to learn from history, right?
Right.
Or you'll repeat it.
Correct.
And so if I'm learning from the history that America has shown me, my counterparts has always defended themselves in the way that they teach us not to defend ourselves. And I always wondered why. I always wondered what, because my thing is, I love peace. I promote peace. I will always be peaceful, right? Because that's just in my nature. And I think that's in our nature as a culture, because we don't want revenge. We just want to be treated fairly. So I think that's in us as a people. But at the same time, I do believe that we have to start protecting our assets. And what I mean by that is knowing our laws, knowing the right way to stand up, having license, going to gun range the right way, doing things legally to protect yourself legally. What's under the Constitution that gives you the right to bear arms, not to go out there and do anything ignorant. I'm not promoting ignorance. Please do not twist my words about anything ignorant, because that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is understanding the power and understanding the laws that are there for you to protect you.
Right.
Because throughout history, I don't think we've ever really protected ourselves. Just an opinion. I'm not talking about being in the street, no disrespect to everyone lives that lifestyle, because I don't know what you've been through to do that. I know for the absence of love, sometimes we join groups or clubs, or because of systemic oppression that we've been bamboozled or fooled to think that that's something. But when it comes to a different picture of life, I see they're not calling it Bloods or Crips. They're not calling it that. They might call it Patriot. They might call it American. But what I do know is they stormed the Capitol building. What I do know is they took hostage of another building. What I do know is, even with Robin Hood, with the whole GameStop Robin Hood thing, when they outsmarted them, they said, oh no, we got to put a stop to this, because they lost billions. So they changed the rules to the game. So what I'm saying is, as a culture, we need to become more educated to understand the rules of the game, to understand how to play when the rules change, and to understand how we have the right to protect ourselves. Protect is what I said.
But if you go back to Oakland and the Black Panthers Party, that's what they did.
Right.
They protected their community and their fellow brothers and sisters, and look what happened to them. They changed the laws. They made it illegal for you to have a weapon. So
I just found that interesting, because anytime you look on the news, you see them bearing arms. I heard them say, well, if black people ever stormed the building, we already know what would happen. So we know they would, so I seen that as like a double-sided threat. I found that to be counterintuitive. I found that to be, why are you mad because you're not able to go act a fool, or that you didn't go act a fool in the building? So I find it like sweet and sour sauce. Did you want to go act a fool in the building? What would that change? But at the same time, we do need to understand the power of protection, the power of our rights, and the power of who we are. We do need to understand that we do need to own something, or we will always be slaves to someone else. Our slavery just looks different. We're living in the evolution of it. So in order to create the change that we want, we have to start thinking differently. We have to get back in those books. We do need to create our own banks. We do need to create our own stores. We do need to have our own. We do need to take value of our dollar and put it in our communities differently. We do need to learn to invest. We do need to learn more about residual income. We do need to learn. We have to.
Yeah, and there's some black banks out there. There's Greenwood. There's One United, and if you have the chance, you don't have to invest a lot, but put some money. Start an account. $100. Start your account with Greenwood or One United.
We need to learn skills and our own power, bro, because I feel like we are so powerful that we just give it away and don't even know it.
Yeah, and like I said, at the end of the day, it all does come back to mindset. You know what I'm saying? Folks got to understand, right? When you go take your money to the bank and you drop that money in your savings account, as soon as you drop that money in your savings account, they trading that money or loaning that money out.
Yep.
And guess what? Wait, can we go a step further?
Go ahead.
I want y'all to follow me with this example, y'all. My bank account ain't all of that, so I it will be, but I want you to understand.
There you go.
When I go out of town and I spend a little bit of change,
yeah.
Prevention, Mr. Martin. We wanted to know: did you just spend $50 in Florida?
Yep.
Did you just spend? Is this you? Because this ain't your normal spending habits. They track your spending habits.
Mm-hmm.
They had fraud prevention call because you spending money that they wasn't expecting you to spend. You think they calling for your protection? Or they calling for the protection of the investment that they invested your money in when you didn't know your money was being invested because they thought this was supposed to be in the account, but it ain't in the account. So I need to make sure that, hey, is this you spending what you say you spending? Have you ever thought about why you got that call?
Facts.
Have you even got the call? Have you even got your card blocked off because they wanted to make sure that they were protecting you?
Yep.
And you couldn't spend your own money? Ain't it crazy how it's harder to get your money back than it is for your money to go out? So when you spend money and they're supposed to reimburse your money, it takes 7 to 10 days for you to get the money that you spend out. They just can't give you the same money back on that day. Have you ever wondered why?
With no interest.
But the other way around, they make sure they get it. I mean, have we ever really understood? I was kicking it with this lady, right? And her name is Goddess Lahadi. My mama's right here. And my mama know I'm telling the truth. She said, you know why you don't understand money? Because you don't spend no time with it. You don't spend no time with it. You don't date money. You don't love money. You don't understand the rules of engagement when it comes to money. So how can you want to be blessed with something that you don't even want to spend time with?
We gotta understand what money is, man. Money is a tool. It's really how you have to look at money. Money is a tool. Like I said, as soon as you make that deposit at the bank, they take your money and they use it as a tool to make more money. So they're loaning your money out. And don't get me wrong, the funny part about it is they loaning your money out, but when you try to go in there and get a business loan, you're gonna get shut down.
Yeah, wait, say that one more time for the people in the back of the church, quick.
They loaning your money out, but when you go in there to get a business loan as a black person, you're gonna get declined. So let that sink in. So as soon as you put that $1,000 in your savings account, they loaning that money out to some company to make interest on your money that you just put in your savings account. That's why you get hit with a fee when you go below your minimum balance.
Gym alert! Message! Say it again.
Real talk. So when you go below your minimum balance, that's why you get hit with a fee. Because see, what you're doing when you do that is they base what they can loan out based off your balance. So when you drop down below that number, you playing around with the bottom line. That's why you get hit with a fee.
Can I ask a dumb question, Quay?
Go ahead, man.
How the hell do somebody charge you about your money and about how much money you got in your account?
Exactly.
I ain't the smartest person. You feel me? You gonna tell me how much I can spend with my own money? And if I don't do what you say, You gonna charge me $5 for my own money that I earned that you ain't did nothing with? Where is $5 going? Who's it going to?
It goes to the bank, man. It's like I said, if you follow bank financials, you know, a lot of the banks in 2020 did record profits during the pandemic. If you go break down those numbers of profits, a high percentage, at least 65 to 70% of those profits was from fees. It's coming from fees. So we got to let that sink in. The banks are feeing you off your money. And that's how they're doing record profits and paying out dividends to their shareholders and paying out those fat salaries to those executives off your money.
Hey, Clay, y'all want to play a little Monopoly?
Go ahead, man.
Well, let's play a little Monopoly, y'all, because I believe everybody played Monopoly before. Who get to be the banker when y'all sit down at y'all table at your house? Somebody always fighting to be the banker. Why is that? Have you ever heard the rule the house always wins?
That's right.
Okay, so let's play Monopoly, right? The first two places on the Monopoly board is Baltic and Mediterranean. They were 250. You know what Baltic and Mediterranean is? It's the hood. Because don't nobody want to live there. Ain't nothing there. It ain't worth nothing. Matter of fact, when you go around you only get $200, and if you land on it, don't nobody care because you don't make no money off of it. Okay. So what two places on the Monopoly board do everybody want? Boardwalk, Park Place.
Yeah.
What is Boardwalk and Park Place? Don't that sound like Hollywood? Don't that sound like Los Angeles, California, where everybody wanted to be, where all the good money is? Rent is crazy. The prices is ridiculous. So if I own Boardwalk and Park Place, I get to charge you ridiculous rent. You know how much I pay for rent out here in California? It's stupid. I can have a 3-bedroom house with 10 acres of land in Georgia or something for what I pay here. Okay, so let's have a little more fun, right? Do y'all pay utility bills? You ever pay the light bill? You ever pay the water bill? You ever had income taxes? Y'all know that's all on the Monopoly board, right? You see the light bulb, you see the water fountain, you see the little diamond that say income taxes, you see parking. All the utility bills that you pay right now is right there on that board. From a long time ago. Boy, somebody was smart when they made Monopoly. Somebody was smart. You ever seen a police officer? He in the corner. You ever seen a prison that's privately funded where they make money off of it and you have no rights and they get to make money off of you being locked up? It's in the other corner of the police officer. Ain't it funny how they in opposite corners, but yet they work together? Have you ever seen the little spot where it says just visiting? Have you ever had to go visit a family member in jail? Have you ever had to go see one of your homies and you get to go by and you get to go visit them while they locked up and it costs you money? Okay. So I hope y'all starting to understand where I'm going with this. Remember the two little cards on the Monopoly board? One says community chest. The other one says take a chance. Don't community chest sound like government assistance? Food stamp, WIC, unemployment, and everything else. Sometimes you get good cards, sometimes you get bad cards. We wait on that stimulus check, ain't we, y'all? Somebody over there, somebody in the stimulus fan club, somebody know what I'm talking about, because I know I can take that thing right there. But hey, Quay, why I need to put that $2,000 stimulus check in this trademark? Okay. Next, have you ever heard of the chance? Don't that sound like a drug dealer, a game banger, somebody that takes a chance with their life, that tries to rob, to try to get ahead, embezzlement and everything else, and sometimes you think you're going to win, but you can only take a chance for so long before you have to meet the man in the corner, and then you get locked up in the other corner? Okay, so let's go back to Monopoly, because I'm still in the Monopoly game. I just want y'all to understand the process. Have you ever understood when from Baltic to Mediterranean, every time you go around the board, the prices get higher and higher and higher and higher?
Yeah.
It's designed like that for a reason. See, everybody ain't gonna make it to Hollywood. Everybody ain't gonna make it to Boardwalk and Park Place. You take a chance on the opportunity to hope you get to land on that. But guess what? Every time that you don't own something and you land on somebody else's property, you spending money. So how many times have you left your apartment, left your home, and you had to spend money? I'll wait. How many of y'all own an apartment? You spending money because you don't own it. How many times you go to a store? You spending money because you don't own it. How many times you buy clothes? You spending money because you don't own it. You spending money in the grocery store because you don't own it. You don't own nothing. So every time you leave, you always spending your money. So how are you ever supposed to get ahead in the game? Because you're stuck in the loop of spending money because you have no ownership. I'll let that marinate. Let it breathe a little bit. I know, let it breathe. A lot of information. Let it simmer. See, we have to understand the power of ownership. We have to understand the power of community. We have to understand the power of unity, because the game was already rigged before we got to play the game. And I'll show you how. There are 4 railroads on the Monopoly board. B.O.B., reading, short, and what's the other one? Somebody else know it. Whatever. Y'all know it's 4 of them. The point of it is do you know what those 4 railroads represent? The trading of goods from the West Coast to the East Coast. Those 4 railroads used to trade goods back and forth. Now we got Amazon doing it. Right? So you have to understand the history of the Monopoly board, because those pieces and those names are on the board for a reason. It's not there by chance. It's the system that we live in. We have been playing Monopoly for so long and don't even know that we play Monopoly. That's why you have a real estate agent. My mom's a real estate agent right now. And she goes out, she owns property, sells property, buys property, and hopes someone has to land on the property where that way she can make a profit off of selling someone a home. But do you know if you actually own a home and you don't own the land on it, you can't build on your home without nobody's permission? Do you know if you have a home and you want to build your home higher, you have to buy that sky space?
Yep.
Wait, I'm going to say that one more time. Do you know if you have a home and you want to extend the height and add an extra bedroom to the house, you have to go see certain people to buy sky space to be able to buy that space for your home? Because you don't own it. You don't own that part. You don't own the land. So you might own the house, but you don't own the land that it's on. And that's why owning land is so important. But we really never invest in land, because guess what? The turnover to make the money off the land ain't fast enough, because we're the microwave generation and we want everything now. We don't want to play the long game. That's just a little bit of Monopoly gem for you. We're going to throw out a little bit of Monopoly gems for you. We'll do a whole show on that next time. I can't give y'all too much because I need you to come back. We need you to come back. Not only do we need y'all to come back, we need you to like, share, subscribe, and we're going to get a donation page, because I know y'all like getting fed, because we want some money too. We want to make a little money. Right? I'm just going to keep it 100, because guess what? Your time, your conversation is valuable. You have to start knowing your worth. You know how many this man gave you that other people charge hundreds and thousands of dollars for an hour just to have that type of conversation? See, enlightenment costs. Conversation and time cost, because the time that we're spending on this clock is time that's being taken from our life. Life comes with a price. Life comes with a time frame. We all going to expire one day. 3 things happen in life. You're born, you die. The question is, what do you do in the meantime? And you have the free will. So if you don't like where you are in life, maybe you might need to start making different choices. If you don't like your bank account or the residual that you're making in your life, maybe you need to start making different investments. Maybe you need to learn something new. Maybe you need to try something new. And in order to win, guess what? Before you were able to walk, you had to fall. And that's why Quay said, play with money that you can fall with. Because when you fall, you're able to get back up and dust yourself off and know it's okay. But if you can't afford to fall, then you can't afford to play. That means you're doing something wrong, because you need to do something different to be able to put yourself in a different position to get a different result in your life. Right. You understand what I'm saying? It's important. It's important for us to grow. It's important for us to own. It's important for us to be business owners. It's important for us to be more educated. It's important for us to have these type of conversations. Why the hell do I need to get on this chat and a Zoom call or podcast, and no disrespect to any team, and I could talk to y'all about who about to be in the Super Bowl, but I'm celebrating somebody else's win. If Tampa Bay win the Super Bowl, what the hell that got to do with me? If the Kansas City Chiefs win the Super Bowl, what that got to do with me? I'm cheering for other people's lifestyles, for other people's disciplines, for other people's companies, for other people's everything that has nothing to do with me. And I'm not saying you can't be a fan, but why not be a fan of yourself first? I promise you, this lady Gosler how to change my life. She said, baby, look around you. Everything that you see is someone else's dream. From this bed frame, from the TV, from the Xbox, to the games, to the clothes we got on, to this app, to Facebook, to the phone, whatever you look at. My question to you is, if you're participating in everyone else's dream, who's participating in your dream? When the daydream become more important than your dream? I said, oh my God. Now I get on this thing every night and I scream about the Lakers. Y'all see me right there. Boom, where's that? Rest in peace, Kobe, right? You know I'm a fan of Kobe because I was a fan of how disciplined he was. Mamba mentality, blah, 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 and everything else. God rest his soul, because to me, he was a hero to me, right? But she said, tell me who your first favorite basketball player is. I said, Kobe Bryant. She said, tell me about Kobe Bryant. He went to Lower Marion High School. He got drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, got traded to the Lakers. He scored 62 points in 3 quarters versus Dallas. He scored 81 versus Toronto. He has 5 different championships. She said, oh, baby, you know a lot about Kobe. What's your stats? I said, ma'am, she said, you heard me. You gonna tell me about how someone else is living their life, and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing in your own life, and you don't see nothing wrong with that? You a bigger cheerleader for somebody else disciplining what they doing in their goals, but you ain't your own cheerleader, and you don't see nothing wrong with that? And it just just messed my mindset up, bro. It really did. Because I was a bigger cheerleader for Kobe than I was for me, and no disrespect to Kobe. How many name brand shirts are we more disciplined for that we want to wear Gucci and red bottom? And that has nothing to do with us. When are we going to start becoming a fan for ourselves and investing for ourselves? So that's how I'm going to tie it back into this, because this was an investment show. When are we going to start investing in ourselves? When are we going to start setting money aside where we could play for ourselves? Because guess what? If I can go spend it on smoking, drinking, joking, clubbing, whining, blah, 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 whatever your thing is. When you gonna invest in you? When you gonna market you? When are you gonna fulfill your purpose? When are you gonna live your dream? When are you gonna be the best version of yourself? When are you gonna take a risk on yourself? When are you gonna win? When are you gonna understand that failing is part of the formula to being successful? When are you gonna stop pointing fingers? When are you gonna stop looking at the TV? When are you gonna start worrying about everyone else's lifestyle and what everybody else got going on, and start being more disciplined in yourself? Because if you was more disciplined in yourself, other people would be looking at you instead of you looking at someone else's discipline. And that goes for me. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm just having a conversation with me, because I don't like where I am. I'm not satisfied where I am, because I know there's so much more. But I have to be real with myself if I'm gonna be real with y'all and talk to y'all. Have I really given it my all? Or am I on the game? Have I really given it my all? Did I put my all into my film? Did I put my all into my acting? Did I put my all into whatever the purpose is that God gave me to be the best version of myself? And if not, then I'm not really investing in myself. You can't be afraid to fail. And that's the beautiful thing about what Quay was telling y'all. Make sure you got money that you can fail with, that you can play with, that you can grow with, that you can learn with, that you can do the research with, that you can spend time with, that you can get better at and grow. The same thing the coach was talking about being in the gym. It's okay to be sore, because eventually the soreness is going to go away and you're going to get what you want in life. The question is, how many times are you willing to be sore to get what you want? Or are you just going to complain another day? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's our show, man. We love y'all. Quay, you got anything for the people?
No, you know what? I'm good, man. Like I said, the last thing I would just say is, you know, like I said, once again, all of these things for me come back to mindset. You know, money has always been something that we have been taught that we are not supposed to talk about. You know,
Right.
Clearly we definitely weren't taught anything about money coming through school, you know, from elementary all the way through high school, through college. They really never taught you anything about how money really works or how it really goes.
Right.
And then, let's say, we've kind of kept that conditioning as we become adults. So we still don't talk about money, unless these are typically the things, or one of the things that end up hurting us, because we just not educated in money. Unless one of the big things that is connected to money is investing. Like I said, working a job is not going to get you there. It's gonna allow you to operate, but it's not going to get you to that point of that generational wealth, or really making substantial trajectory changes. Like, it's not going to get you there. So you have to leverage investments, if it be trading, if it be stocks or currency or digital currency, if it be real estate, if it be, I mean, whatever. I said there's a whole bunch of ways to do it, e-commerce and so forth. But you have to venture down these roads because these are the ways or the lanes or channels that you can leverage to change your family's trajectory.
Mm.
So like I said, definitely take advantage of it. Don't be scared. Like I said, I'm on Facebook. Hit me up if you got questions. We on the show every Thursday. Hit us up if you got questions.
Join us. Join us.
Yeah, but you got to make those moves because at the end of the day, what you don't want to do is get left behind. If that's typically what happens to our community, we get left behind because we're so focused on all this material garbage.
Uh-oh.
We're not paying attention to the important things that really affect our lives. We worried about who got the biggest car. We worried about who got the biggest house, and the whole time, the folks that's really making that money, they could care less.
If you feel some type of way right now, it's because we're telling the truth.
Yeah, it's just facts. Like I said, these folks that have been investing, for all of these times, and another thing I want to put out there. Once you get into this knowledge or decide to come into this knowledge, spread this knowledge down to your kids. Yeah, that's another thing that we don't do. If you talk to a lot of these folks who've been investing, I mean, a lot of them started out investing as kids because daddy was teaching them, granddaddy was teaching daddy, and it just went from generation to generation.
Yeah, they developed that muscle. It's a muscle. Go on, Quay.
Yeah, like I said, it just goes from generation to generation. So like I said, once you come into these games and learn these particular opportunities, pass that down to your kids. You know what I'm saying? Expose them to it. So they know, and like I said, so they can keep this thing moving as you continue to, change the trajectory of your family. So yeah, like I said, man, I'll leave it at that for now, Los. But
Coach,
yeah, we gotta change our mindset and we gotta get into this thing. Real talk.
Facts. Coach, you got anything for the people?
Drop a note.
Oh no, yeah, man. Everything's just, you guys was on point. Y'all hit everything. So yeah, I don't have nothing else to add to this, but I just say, man, this was informative, and is encouraging. So yeah.
Will you come back to the show and join us again?
I'm always available when when I got that time. I'm busy. I got some projects on, and I got to get you.
Hey, Coach, tell the people what you got cooking. What you cooking? Tell the people a little bit.
Oh man! For this month, I'm going to finally finish up the Heights.
Okay,
so finish that up.
Yes, sir.
I'm working on another project. It's going to be a thriller. Man,
okay.
I got this killer location, dude. I gotta get you in one of these scenes, man. Definitely, though. We definitely gonna work, though.
Okay, I'm ready to work. Peter, an actor too. Just to let you know, Peter, an actor.
Oh, for real? Oh yeah. King got my contact info, or look me up, man. Just it's all love.
Hey, Coach, tell the people about the awards you just got done winning too. They need to know.
Oh yeah. I was I just did this trailer for one of my actors that's on the Heights.
Okay.
And we just released that. I shot that. I did the lighting. I did everything with my own equipment.
Okay.
Directed it, and I submitted to the festival, and we won.
Now notice what you said that was so powerful, though. I had my own equipment.
Oh yeah.
I directed that, and I paid for the submissions, and it turned into a blessing, and we won as a team. That's powerful. That's powerful. What festival did you win, Coach? Let the people know the festival you won.
This one's called the First Monthly Festival.
Dope.
And and I should be getting a trophy for that also. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's another thing about this show. We always want to give people roses while they're alive. We want to give you a chance to highlight yourself, market yourself, talk about what you're doing, because what you got going on in your life is important. And we want to be able to use our platform to show how important you are, because you're important.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Mom, you were next. How did you enjoy the show? Do you have any final words?
So, good show. It's all about mindset.
your topic was or is um, where the money resides. I would say the first spot that the money resides is real estate. You can do stock
Monopoly.
market, you can do stock market and everything else, but you lose that. But if you got real estate, you can rent, you can
Mm,
Airbnb, you can do
mm.
Yeah.
all that type of stuff, and
Talk
nobody
about
can.
Airbnb stuff, mama.
Preach on it. Preach on it.
So the top notch place, if you can afford to do it with others or whatever, is
Mhm.
drop you some money in real
Okay.
estate,
Okay.
pick up some foreclosed properties, look at some flips,
Uh-oh.
and then retain some. That's legacy that can be left.
Now, mama, I
Land.
might not be the smartest person in the world, but doesn't the court actually own a list of houses of foreclosures that you can go out there and find the list of foreclosed homes with different prices at different cheaper prices as well, and talk to a real estate agent like yourself to be able to purchase those different type of homes as well?
Yeah, I mean that's a whole new show because to get foreclosed property, you're bidding on that property.
Right.
You can also do tax sales, which
Uh-oh.
of course, depending on the state that you're in, it dictates how it all works. But I,
Sound like
I
we need to
think
have a real
the
estate show,
stock,
Clay.
bitcoins, and all that. I think that's very, very good. But the truth of the matter is, real estate is the way to go. We used to have, as blacks, African Americans, a lot of real estate, and it was stolen and taken from
Yeah.
us.
Uh-oh.
And those individuals that own that real estate now, like your most recent president, which
Go.
of course New York's going to take a lot of that from them, but
Mhm.
Go.
I hope they do. But the bottom line is every piece of land is accounted for, and you want deeds and titles
Uh-oh.
guaranteed.
Uh-oh.
That there is something that can be passed, and you don't will it, but you trust it, and you do irrevocable trust,
Well,
so
can you break
nobody
that
else
down?
can
Can
come
you break
back
that down
and
just
take
a little bit? That you don't will it, you trust it. Can you break that down for the people who might not know what that is?
it. Well, when we have a will is a good thing. So don't get me wrong. At least directs how some stuff goes, but probate, which is a judge, they and lawyers, they can eat up everything you got before anybody else get what's supposed to happen, bills and what have you get paid.
Okay.
Whereas if you have a trust, you have a trustee who is entrusted to handle whatever it is that you leave
Okay.
to the beneficiaries. And if you do
This
it
is me, right?
irrevocable, nobody can change what you have set up for whoever it
Okay.
is that you want to leave it for.
Okay.
But and the I mean, it was a good show. But like, so EYL, just a plug for them. It is young, um, and this it's a good age group mixture, but it is young, African American, dark skinned people, color, I guess, whatever we decide that we let other people call us. Uh, group. And they are millennials, and they I mean, they are literally giving away wisdom on how to fix your credit, how to manage your monies, and the whole nine yards. Um,
I'm gonna get you
so
that. I'm gonna put the link out
so
there, Quay, so you have the link for the
so
plug.
we are doing it. It's just a matter of, and they're all about sharing and what have you. It's just a matter of positioning yourself. And everything is not free, but if you're going to invest monies, and God forgive me for the amount of monies that I have truly lost in not so wise investments. Get rich quick schemes don't work.
Yeah.
Period. Even if you spend the dollar for the lottery ticket and you win, if you don't know how to manage the money, you'll be right back where you started. So it really is about mindset, and as your show scrolls, where the money resides. I had wrote a question down. Come back.
You come up
And
one of these right here?
what you
Y'all,
got?
y'all don't be trying to look at my numbers. I got two of them things, mom. I got two of them
Oh,
things.
thank God, let me take it. Yeah. So, but
Rolling on Jesus. Come on, Lord. Come on,
the the,
Jesus.
the deal is, and stop using the Lord's name in vain. The deal is when you do get money, you need to know what to do with money. Don't let money rule you. You know how
Uh-oh.
to rule the money.
Mm.
Because
My
there's a lot of people that have money, but they don't know what to do with the money. Therefore, they really don't have the assets.
Lord
And
Jesus.
so I think something else you guys could probably talk about is what truly is an asset versus what's a liability. The
Uh-oh.
Mercedes and Lexuses and all that stuff, those are liabilities. Quite honestly, they are not assets. But a house is an asset because it appreciates for the most part.
Oh, you bring
But
out the big
yeah,
words.
but a good show. And if anybody's out there looking for a realtor, it does
You
not
better
matter
talk
the
your
state that
stuff,
you
mama.
reside in. You can contact me first,
How they
803
contact you? What's your contact? How they find you, man?
and I can help you obtain real estate and
Mama,
or
give
sell
them your
real
contact
estate.
information. How can they find you? How can the people find you?
803
Oh, you give me a
567
personal number.
0981. That's my cell phone. All you gotta do with the right time, I'm on the East Coast, and or
Mama,
text me.
we gotta
You know,
practice safer procedures. We need a website. We can't just be giving people the direct stuff.
well,
All
I
kinds of
mean
crazy
that's
people
okay
do.
because I mean, hey, people will call you and tell you that your warranty on your car is about to wear out, and you don't even know what they're talking about. So, right? The
Spam
government
likely.
got you on lock, but
Her name is Spam Likely.
I do have a website. It's trustdestinyrealty.net. So I have a website. I do have a website.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I
Peter,
gotta
what
go.
you got, man?
I just wanted to touch a little bit more on cryptocurrency. So
Talk to him,
uh,
Pete.
uh,
Talk to him, Pete.
go to coinmarketcap.com. This is where you can learn about all the cryptocurrencies, and you can click on like Ethereum.
yep, I got that one.
Pete breaking out the charts. He got the charts, Quay.
Anyways, you can go there and you can learn about all the cryptocurrencies. You can read the white paper. You can see charts. You can see their website, like what they're about, and then you can decide like whether you truly want to invest in them. I'd also recommend looking on YouTube a little bit. Just make sure that you really do your homework, like after you watch YouTubers, just because
Talk that research stuff,
sometimes
Peter.
they'll
Talk that
go there.
research.
Yeah, because sometimes they'll show these coins, like these coins will pay them like thousands of dollars just to like show them. So make sure you do your research on the coins after like you find out about them and stuff like that.
Message.
I also wanted to say that once you like really get into it, if you really like it, like me, I have this crypto.com credit card.
Peter, you just
Oh,
stop flashing, baller. Stop flashing on the people. You stunting.
dang.
You know
What
they're
this
stunting on the internet.
and what
You
this
know they're trying
does
to get
is
somebody to swipe right.
is it actually pays for my Spotify, my Hulu, my Netflix, gives me free airport lounge access, and then on top of that, I get 3% cash back. So like
So wait,
every
Peter. When you
I
go
get
to the airport, you walking up top. You ain't walking at the bottom. You walking up top now. You got that up top access at the airport?
I do.
Okay.
Man,
Okay.
Pete, don't come on here. Don't come on here flossing, man. This,
Yeah.
this ain't that type of show, man.
Here with the bitter teas.
And then also what I'd like to say with that crypto.com, just like even you like holding your coins in there, right?
There you go, Quay.
So you can get percentage. I don't know if you can see that.
Can't
So
nobody
say-
see your numbers. They don't need to see all that. Move the numbers, Peter. They don't need to see all that. Now you getting too personal.
All right.
Move your phone.
Anyways, if I were to hold Bitcoin on here, and I were to let them hold it, then I'd get 4.5% cash back, like every 7 days. Or well, not I'm not sure about every 7 days. I think it's for the year. But anyways, you're getting a return on your investment. Like if I were to hold my US dollars, my digital dollars in here, I'd actually get 10% cash back.
You better talk that drip.
So I think it's like Quay said, like the digital era, like it's here, and like cryptocurrency, it's here, and it's definitely here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also want to add like you can't always believe like all the big people with money. Like I can't remember what his name is. From JP Morgan and Chase, I can't remember what his name is. But anyways,
Jamie Dimon.
Jamie Dimon. So Jamie Dimon said forever, like if I catch anyone who works for me holding cryptocurrency, I'll fire you. Like you'll be fired on the spot, you'll be let go, all this stuff. He said that forever. And then come to find out behind the scenes, they were actually making their own cryptocurrency.
Jim alert. Jim alert.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure they were buying Bitcoin at the same time too.
Message.
Yeah. So
Hey, Peter, they wasn't expecting that. The people wasn't expecting you to give all them gems like that, boy. You take it.
Yeah, but KP, yeah, he talked about that earlier. So yeah.
yeah,
You have to, like, so you have to be careful what the media feeds you. Like I said, behind the scenes, trust and believe these guys are making all the moves while the prices are low, while they can get a lot of it for, for the value purchase. So trust and believe this thing is in motion. It's been in motion. It is coming. It's going to become mainstream. Like I said, I want to say Visa, MasterCard just released a news article the other day that they've already come up with their stepped out plan, or how they're going to move forward with their whole crypto trans. Exactly. So it is real. It is here, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Can I tell y'all a secret? If you're just hearing about it now, you're already late.
Correct.
They planned this 5-10 years ago.
Correct.
It's the New World Order.
You just seeing the execution of the plan. The plan already been talked about. You're just seeing the fruitions of what they already talked about happening right now. And you got to play catch up.
That,
you got to
right?
Talk your talk, mama.
The New World Order, right?
Talk your talk, mama. Talk your talk. If you're gonna go there, go. Don't.
Well, it is. It's a part of the New World Order. So just
it is.
It is. Like they want to see where you're spending your money. So why not have it?
Look, mama, if you're gonna open up a brand new show, go on. You grown. You grown. Go on, do what you do.
I'm just saying. Maybe that's a show for y'all to do.
No, she's right. Like I said, we can validate that. Like I said, it's definitely a part of the I'll just say the new direction, so we don't get this video don't get taken down. It's a part of the new direction, or the new way of life. That's how I describe it.
MAGA, right? That's the new direction.
Right, the new way of life.
We're gonna beat that out at the end of the show. We're gonna beep.
I'm not a MAGA fan, but okay.
The way we live is going to change. Like I said, I know here in Michigan, we got a chance to see a little bit of it, where some of the grocery stores stopped accepting your cash, or better yet, they stopped wanting to give you change back. Because I mean, I don't know if you guys remember the whole coin shortage, right? We was running out of coins, right? A lot of those things that happen, these are just tests to see how, full deployment of digital currency, how it's going to go, right? So if people are in the mindset of no cash, no coins, always pulling out a credit card, so you're already in the mindset that you need to be in when they say, hey, everything is going to be digital currency and so forth. So it's just slow steps to prepare us for these changes that are coming.
They already got us practicing that muscle when they put the chip in the card.
Correct.
That might be too much.
Not only that, but with this pandemic, you don't want to handle money. Nobody knew what was going on. We didn't know how anything was transferred, so you didn't want to touch money. So
exactly, that's the major part of it. Yep, that's the major part of it. Like I said, with the introduction of COVID-19, now everybody is scared to touch paper money now. That's a part of it. So that's the gem that you just dropped right there. Most people are not gonna catch that.
Fear.
Pandemic.
The fear factor. Have you ever noticed anytime before we ever went to war, something happened to create fear or hysteria so they can get the permission of the people to go do what they needed to do?
Yeah.
Please tell me one war that we had that didn't no BS happen first. I'll wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't think so. Let's continue on with the show. Anybody else got anything for the show tonight? You got anything else, Clay?
No, I'm all set, man. Go ahead and do your thing, man.
I did my thing, but
Close us out with a quote, man. We done for the night. Close us out, man.
All right. I'll say this, man. Fear is a program. It is designed to control your thoughts and what you feel. But fear is no more than false evidence appearing real. And truth is the antivirus to fear. The problem is that they suppress truth for so long, they make you feel like you're crazy when you tell the truth. So people no longer want to tell the truth because they're worried about the label of craziness, or they don't know how to stand still when the storm blows because their roots aren't deep enough in who they are supposed to be. So we are going to use this element of fear, of COVID-19, of war, of death, of guns, and everything else that we can tell you to make sure that you stay crazy or stay delusional, so that way we can control you. So while you're moving in fear, we are moving in power. The question is, why is it when you are in fear? So when you're in fear, who's not being scared during that time frame? If you're in fear, that means you're not paying attention to what's going on and how I'm moving. Because I guarantee, have you ever noticed during the depression, during the depression, that time frame is when some of the most millionaires are made.
Always.
So how are they becoming millionaires if they're in fear? Why weren't you the millionaire? You don't understand? I'm gonna say that one more time because I don't know if y'all got that. Take out the halls. During the time of the depressions, that is when you find all these brand new millionaires popping out of nowhere. How are they able to become millionaires while you're supposed to be scared? The question is, who's supposed to be scared and why? Because if you have free will to do whatever you want to do, why are you scared? You're scared because subconsciously I implanted this program of fear to run in your system while I know the truth. And because I know the truth, I am free to operate in my purpose to go get what I need while you're in fear. So while you're not moving, I'm making money while you stay broke and suppressed. Because I told you to be scared. And you listened. Because I continuously ran this thing through the system of the news, of the airways, of the radio, of everything that you say. It's like telling a child, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid, you stupid. You're scared, you're scared, you're scared. Death, 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 death. And eventually your subconscious accepted it. So now when you woke up and it moved, it's no longer in your subconscious, it's in your reality. So now in your reality, you're not able to operate full functional because you have a program of fear running through your system. While I'm walking in truth and power. So that's how I became a millionaire. That's too much. I ain't gonna give y'all too much more. Just a little text for the night. You know what I mean? Make sure you like, subscribe, bring a friend, and we're gonna have our donation page coming up. We paid them bills. Make sure y'all check out Two Sons Juice. It's the coldest juice in the metro, all natural products. It's a black-owned company by this young man, Quay Price, right here, the king that he is. I love this brother. He stays suave. He got a Steve Harvey closet. He got a Steve Harvey hairline, light skin, don't care with the big background. You heard me? Check him out, Quay Price. Make sure y'all support The Heights, another Coach production. This young man, Clinton Gassaway, is a talented young actor, entrepreneur. He's doing big things. He's out here in LA, not out of fear, because fear kept him from coming to LA earlier. He overcame his fear, and now he's out here winning awards. He's blowing up, doing big things. Y'all make sure y'all check out Mr. Peter, Mr. Young Usher, Mr. I Got My Car, and I'm walking on the second floor at the airport doing big things, dusting the shoulder off. I got my drip. Y'all saw it. I showed you the numbers, but it was too blurry for y'all to actually really see because I'm stunning right now. Mr. Peter, you feel me? And y'all check out this gorgeous young brand new realtor. She's hot. She's taking over the market. She's taking over the game. She's doing big things. Her name is Shirley Ann Martin. She's a realtor out of South Carolina. Y'all make sure y'all check her out. Support her. She's got friends all over the world. So if they need a house, y'all make sure y'all contact her and check her out. Montgomery. I apologize. My last name is Martin. This is Shirley Ann Montgomery. Sorry, Mom. Thank you for the correction on live TV. I appreciate it. And then y'all make sure y'all check me out, man. King Jaquel Martin. Hit me up on Instagram, any social media platform. Y'all support them on social media. Check out my book, Another War on Friendly Grounds. You can find it on Amazon. The short film is Kicking Butt in Film Festivals. It's already won a film festival. It's a finalist in 4 other film festivals. I got a brand new music video dropping tonight. Y'all saw Kato earlier. It's called It's Nothing. And the music video drops February 5th. So I got something hot for you for the next show. You feel me? We out here doing big things. And I got a donation page that's up on Seed and Spark. It's called Twitter Fingers. It's for a brand new film that I'll be shooting in April. I got something for you. You feel me? Catch us, like, subscribe, and bring a friend.
Sure, let's so once again, this is our show for the night. Look in the mirror, the conversation. I'm one of your co-hosts, Quay Price. We got our other co-host, King Jaquel Martin. I say we appreciate everybody coming out. We appreciate everybody down in the comments showing love. Hopefully you guys got some gems, got some new knowledge from this show. Let's say shout out to Corinne, shout out to Shirley Ann. She's on the panel with us. Shout out to Andre Sipes.
That's my boy Andre. That's my boy Andre Sipes. What up, baby? Corinne, Pisani Publishing. It's Pisani Publishing. Make sure y'all go out there and y'all support that. She's fire. She's amazing. Make sure y'all show Miss Barbara Price love too. You feel me? Double hearts back. Dig.
For sure. Well, I said that's Mama Price right there showing love to the show, always supporting. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, this is Looking to Mirror the Conversation, and once again, we're live every Thursday at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time and 9:30 Eastern Standard. Every Thursday we live. So definitely come join. Bring a friend with you. We on YouTube, we on Instagram, we on Facebook. So definitely go share it out, get the content out. Like I said, we're trying to change the trajectory of our people, get folks to
No,
look
no,
in the
no, no.
mirror.
He lied. He lied, y'all. He lied. We are changing.
Oh, there you go.
We are changing the trajectory. Even if it's just one person, even if it's just one panelist, it is happening today. We are making history today. And I only edify and correct my brother because he does the same for me out of respect and love. So we are changing. We are not the professionals. We are not saying that we know it all. That is our disclaimer. We are telling you to do the research for yourself. We are here just to have a conversation out of love. Come talk with us. Come join the show. Come share your expertise and your opinion because your voice is valuable, just as ours. Come join us. Come talk to us. We want to learn from you too. That's the beauty of the show. It's our show. You dig?
Facts. But yeah, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. Catch us next Thursday, and man, bring a friend with you. But once again, everybody have a great night, and everybody be blessed. Take it easy.
Y'all know what time it is? Let's go.